I remember telling the team early on, is like, I anticipate some things, it's going to be kind of like the advent of like vehicles, let's say cars, on like the mail system, right? And so technology that improves mail. First, you're like, we went from horses to cars, right? Think about that. You're like, literally now you don't have to like have them in stables. You don't have to feed them. You don't have to like have them age out and have babies and all this. It's like cars, like predictable input, predictable output. I mean, you got a lifespan on them, but like you get faster, you get more mail delivered, and everyone like appreciated it, improved, right? Then you invented like technology came in there and you're like email. Then it was like, oh, I don't want to do more mail, right? It's like, oh, that's going to happen. The shift now, as things improve, like manufacturing improves. So now it's like I could copy and paste a whatever my widget is and have it manufactured in China and shipped all over the place. So now it's not just like email, the electronic mail. Now my goods are out there, and so but it drives down the cost. You're like shipped 2-day shipping from Amazon Prime. It's low friction expected. And what do? You still have entire billion-dollar industries that are the inefficient opposite. Here is my hand-whittled phone case. It costs 4 times as much as your Amazon Prime plastic case. And also, I charge you for shipping, right? So there's this like weird cycle of the efficient creates inspiration for the inefficient. So if I'm thinking like, what will this play out in terms of marketing and the trend here? And that I think is that correction. It's like the surge of adoption, and then it'll dip down and it'll find some normalized application in there. But because marketing, we always seek that innovation. I see inefficient things becoming like recircling up as the innovative way to connect people. And so like AI is fascinating because it'll be interesting to see how much it replicates the human task aspect of it. The one thing that it'll be super interesting to think is new generations in the process for individualization. Each generation is trying to carve out its space. And I cannot fully yet imagine how AI will be able to lead that innovation because it is a zig and a zag scenario. Literally, the next generation creates a different language as part of their individualization process. So you'd be like, if AI is trying to resemble humanity, will it invent its own trends? It's yet to be seen, but I would anticipate if it did, the next generation would still go the opposite way. The trends that AI will create, they will say, no, I will find my other way to do it, which could be being less human, right? And you think about this, is like, think about how the language evolves. The next generation is like phrases and words and things that have meaning are improper English, at least in English speaking countries. And like in America, you're like, they created a culture going the opposite way of what was standard and expected. You might say, look at this AI, it's brilliant. It never makes grammatical mistakes in its writing. You're like, well, whoops. What is the clue of you are part of humanity is you make mistakes. What is the clue is that you literally say, what is the ideal best experience here? And I'm going to go the opposite way because of this generational desire to individualize. And so for sure, for us as marketers right now, I think of it as that low tier of like, not low tier, but it's like a next tier of leverage. It will create efficiencies. However, I anticipate the response will be going back to something that is just different for the sake of being different, new for the sake of being new, and probably inefficient for the sake of being inefficient.